And I think a lot of the times when we're in relationships, it's hard for us because you can't dictate the relationship because you're in it with somebody else. But as men, I think we think if I just work hard enough, if I just do this, if I just do that, it'll work. But it's tricky. I think with what you're saying, uh, we are imperfect, but I also think when we get attached to people and love and like idolizing and all that stuff starts to come in, I think it engages the ego to that same degree, to the point where we have to make it right because we don't want to look wrong. But I think we have to get to the point where, and I know this is gonna sound cliche, and like I like Sarah, I'm a believer in God. I think you got to get to a point where you don't necessarily think right and wrong. You think turns in life. It's not about right and wrong. Like just because this didn't work out doesn't mean you were wrong. It just means that's the turn that your life is going to make at this point in time. And I think a lot of the times when we're in relationships, it's hard for us because you can't dictate the relationship because you're in it with somebody else. But as men, I think we think if I just work hard enough, if I just do this, if I just do that, it'll work. But it's tricky. Like you have to work with the person that you're with, and you got to understand that you got to take your ego out of it and stop trying to avoid being wrong or things not working out, and just work with the person that you're with as well as you can.
We also have to remember, I mean, because we're taking it from the position of, the better the woman is, I know me, as it says, the better the man can be. I mean, it's you have to look at it as a team. I mean, the reason why was if I come from a basketball terminology, was Michael Jordan great? Yes. Was Scottie Pippen great? Yes. I don't think they won without each other, right? I think they both were able to elevate each other because of their greatness, as well as any other duo that you can think of. However great a woman is, her man is going to be that much greater if he is doing the things that he's supposed to do, and vice versa. A man that is doing what he's supposed to do, he's been a great man. I would say more times than not, his woman is going to be better as a result of that. Of course, there are those situations where it's a good person and it's taken advantage of, as we were talking about in the last segment. It's very possible that she was a good woman and he was just a horrible dude, right? That's very possible that she chose wrong. But I would like to believe that if you're doing right, more times than not, you're going to be treated right as it relates into you in your marriage and in your relationship. So that's just my take.
I want to add one piece to this really quickly. I think it's really important to mention this. So a lot of the stuff we described what women do for us, right? And it's important. It's an important part. They inspire us, give us peace, so on and so forth. Yeah, soft place for us to lay on. But the heart of that is that woman has to be working on herself. So I'm gonna tell you something that I've noticed. So many women, when I ask them what books are they reading, they read things that are more affirmational. You are sweet. You are great. You are beautiful. You are amazing, right? Like it's feeding
like
their ego.
book.
Yeah. Right. So, but it's actually developing character in them. And I think for any woman who's watching this, if you want to be a helpmeet, and forget what all of these modern women are talking about, you can have more than that. You can go get the bag. Those women go home to vibrators, to loneliness, and then a glass of wine. You don't want to be this way. So what you do is you take the time and you figure out what it takes to become a great woman. And this means you're reading stuff. You're taking advice from women who are married and have a life that you want to have, that you're not spending time around women who complain so much about other men. You're really investing in who you are as a woman, and then he benefits from that. So let me say this as well. Like I say, a lot of women would be like, I cook for my man, or I dress for my man, I mean, I'll go to work out for my man. Well, that's fine. But here's what happens when you do it for a man. As soon as he pisses you off, you stop doing everything you were doing for him as a way to punish him when you get upset. So it's incumbent, if you're going to dress up, do it for yourself. If you're going to work out, do it for yourself, because you're going to be going through the vicissitudes of life. And if you predicate what you do based on what he does, you're going to stop. So ladies, we don't just want you to do stuff for us. Most good men, I'm telling you, we love it when we see you leveling up. We love it when we see you doing work to build yourself. It makes us want to be better. It makes us want to do better. It makes us want to do more for you. So don't just do the stuff for us, because when you're mad, you're going to stop. I ain't cooking for nobody. Wash your own darn clothes. No, do it for yourself and work on you. And then we get a chance to benefit from who you are and not what you're performing, because you think that's what we're going to respond to.
That's the funny thing about love, because if I love you, then I love when you're pouring into yourself. And I know that you pouring into yourself, I'm going to get some of that. And the same goes for myself. And it's supposed to be a circuit. We're supposed to be connected. It's supposed to be a cycle of that, of us helping each other love themselves correctly and them pouring into us and us pouring. And you know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be a cycle of that. So yeah, I definitely agree.
Oh. Go ahead, Swain.
Let me ask y'all a question. Do y'all ever think there was a time in history where men were not chasing tail?
No.
And let me explain what I mean by that, because I'm not just saying.
There was a time.
I'm not using it in the sense of just chasing ass just to screw like that. What I mean by
there was a time, though.
What time was that?
Before there was women.
That is a brilliant answer, and it is accurate.
He's right, though. He is right.
God gave a woman, and he instantly was
expecting some sort of time period, between like the medieval
shit. I can't even. Holy shit! Hey, touche. Touche, my brother.
You know what I'll say in response to what you're saying, though? I think that there was a time when women were more attracted to genuine nature and a man on his path. And I think that's still prevalent today. But I think there's a difference between you chasing a woman and you attracting a woman. Like, I think we could see now, like, women, they attracted to NBA players and CEOs and all that stuff. But the one common denominator with those kind of men are they on their path and they're walking it. And that's what's attractive.
I would say this, though, and I'm glad you said that, because, again, I think men are very simple. We are a simple group of people. Do you believe that men's ultimate purpose has always been women and their children? Like, even when we say you're on your purpose, our ultimate goal is to not only attract the woman that we desire, but also to procreate with that woman and then create a legacy beyond that. Even when we talk about women and children first, we go out there and fight wars just so we can conquer land, so that we can make the women around us comfortable, so then they can take care of our children. So I believe that our ultimate purpose has always been our women. It's just that I'm in agreement with you. I don't think that we should allow the chase of tail, i.e. sex, deter us from understanding what we're supposed to be doing to create a better family and then a better community.